Hello, this is Rodon. Today we're going to be talking about the super blue blood moon. On January 31st at 6:48 a.m., there will be a blue moon, a blood moon, and a super moon. A blue moon happens when there is 2 full moons in a month. A super moon is when the moon gets very close and appears bigger. A blood moon happens when the Earth's shadow makes the moon look red. This is the first time this has happened in 35 years. According to experts, weather permitting, you should be able to see it. If you live in the West, you can see it best. If you're on the eastern part of the world, you will be able to see it, but not as well. So set your alarms early. You will have to get up early to see it. This has been a news report with Rodog. Goodbye.
This is Lane Shanley coming from Rensselaer, Indiana. On August 30th, a Japanese fisherman, Hiroshi Harasaka, caught an exotic fish. The fish is a wolffish, but the wolffish got mutated. The reason it got mutated is in 2011, Fukushima nuclear plant had an 8.9 magnitude earthquake, caused a 52-foot tsunami that drained a bunch of radiation into the water. The fish looks different from its original self. The mutation caused the fish to have a bigger head, it changed color, and it looks like an alien.
When you want to read, you usually turn on a light, but Michael Strano has a different idea. His plan is to replace all lights with glowing plants. Scientists at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology made the glowing plants with 3 things: luciferin, luciferate, and coenzyme A. By putting luciferin and luciferase together, they were able to get light. By adding coenzyme A, they remove a byproduct in the plant that can stop luciferin and luciferase from doing their job. Then they added all 3 into the plant and it did glow for 4 hours.
On December 2nd, 2017, people ran a test on sheep to see if the eel can recognize a human face. The test ended up being successful.
This is how they taught ovises to recognize a human face. They have 3 rounds that all have one same face in each round. On the first round, they have a face and a black piece of paper. On the second round, they put the same face in a picture of a lamp. On the last round, they put the same face and put a different face. The sheep would pick the familiar face that they have been picking for the last 2 rounds. If the eel went up to the right one, they would have to get a treat. But if the sheep chose the wrong one, a buzzer would go off and the ovis wouldn't get the treat. The sheep went through the test and passed, and they were able to recognize human faces.
Christian coming to you live from Rensselaer, Indiana. In late 2017, Smart System made a backpack for space. It is a way to get back to your spacecraft if lost control of your suit. They have tested the pack in a simulation. To make it a reality, they need a funding from NASA. The pack will have many uses. It will help firefighters navigate through smoke, skydivers to land safely, deep-sea divers back to the surface. NASA will soon fund.
Avery from Rensselaer Elementary School. On Sunday, January 21st, the New England Patriots beat the Jacksonville Jaguars. They came back from 10 points in the 4th quarter. Both teams were competing for a Super Bowl spot. In the game, the Jags were doing great. They made Tom Brady look bad. At one point, they were up by 14 points. Tom Brady pulled a Tom Brady. But there is some controversy. It took Tom Brady 2 drives to win the game in the 4th quarter. He passed to his receivers, but every time the cornerback touched a receiver, there was a flag. A controversy is Miles Jack and the fumble. With wide open space, could he have ran for a touchdown? The refs were talking to Tom Brady after the game. I think there was just some bad officiating.
Ryan reporting live from Van Rensselaer Elementary School. Tom Brady might be retiring after Super Bowl 52.
So that means the Patriots dynasty could come to an end, and this might be his last shot at a Super Bowl ring. And Patriots fans, if he retire, they could be very disappointed that they can't brag about their team for a long time if the Patriots go downhill. Okay, so there's 3 main reasons that we think Tom Brady's going to be retiring. Number 1, he's 40, and most people retire at 40. Number 2, if he gets hit, it's going to mean terrible outcomes for his health. Number 3, his wife Giselle really wants him to spend time with her and his kids. So that's why I think Tom Brady will be retiring. Thank you for tuning in today.
Brian, reporting live from Rensselaer Elementary School. Recently, the NBA spent $1 billion on NBA jerseys. They didn't know that they would rip easily. Well, the jerseys are the lightest ever. They're made out of polyester, muscle plastic. In the first 2 weeks, five jerseys ripped. The jerseys that ripped are LeBron James, Draymond Green, Kevin Love, Ben Simmons, and Tyler Ennis. Due with the fighting and the grabbing of the jerseys, may do with the ripping too. My teacher said that these jerseys stink and they should get replaced by new.
Sierra, reporting live at Rensselaer Schools. Wouldn't you like to learn about the weather and how the weather affects us? I think that you would be interested in this weather channel because it is full of facts and opinions. So let's get started on clouds. Clouds form when invisible water evaporates in the air, or it goes into droplets or icicles. Eventually, the bigger water droplet forms around the particles and the droplets start sticking together. What about thunder? Thunder is a sound produced by heating of air and strike. Lightning is a huge electrical discharge that flows between cloud that forms the cloud's air into the ground.
Emily reporting live from Rensselaer Elementary School. On January 16, people of the Russian village Ormakin got rare weather. The weather was negative 88. It was the coldest place ever. People in Russia were freezing. This weather had some effects. The homes and cars had snow and ice all over them. People had snow on their eyelashes and eyebrows too. This was rare for the people that lived in Russia.
Is there a cure for the flare? The world may never know until January 16, 2018, when The Maze Runner: The Death Cure comes out. People all around the world are excited for the 3rd movie in the Maze Runner franchise because it has so much action and suspenseful moments. Dylan O'Brien plays Thomas. Thomas Brody Sangster plays Newt. Kaya Scodelario as Teresa. Ki Hong Lee plays Mina. Patricia Clarkson plays Ava Page, or Wicked. It was announced on March 14th, 2016 that the film was going to be shot at Vancouver, British Columbia. Is there a cure for the flare? Watch the movie The Maze Runner: The Death Cure to find out.
Angel recording from Van Rensselaer. The new Call of Duty World War II has sold over 1 million copies. The Sledgehammer series made Call of Duty World War II. It came out on November 3rd, 2017. This game is worldwide. It is a FPS on World War II with multiplayer, zombies, and campaign. They made it so kids can play and have fun. It is really fun because it has team deathmatch, gun game, free-for-all, and more. Get the game, you won't be disappointed.
For the past 4 years, people in Japan have been bringing Pokemon's most famous character, Pikachu, to life with a Pikachu Outbreak Festival with many fun activities. For example, they had colorful parades with thousands of actors dressed in Pikachu costumes that began in 2014 to promote the new Pokemon movie. It was such a success that the sponsors and the Pokemon Company had a week-long extravaganza. This year's festival was held from August 9 to 15, and it had a Brazilian carnival theme and had 2 million fans. No Pikachu Festival has been announced yet for 2018.
The iPhone X is a very popular smartphone in the United States. It was released on November 3rd, 2017 at Steve Jobs Theater in the Apple Park campus. The iPhone X, or also known as the iPhone X, has a new feature called the Face ID. They removed the Face ID. It allows you to unlock your iPhone just by looking at it. The iPhone X has more battery than most of the iPhones that Apple has made. It lasts more than 14 hours. Apple removed the home button on the iPhone, but they replaced it with a simple swipe up that takes you back to the home screen. Apple's latest product, the iPhone X, is priced at $1,000 in the United States. It's a very expensive smartphone.